Hello and welcome to the HamalbyJo Dreamscapes Bedtime Story Series, your serene escape into the gentle world of bedtime stories. It's truly a joy to be the voice that guides you into a peaceful night. Tonight, we will immerse ourselves in a heartfelt urban love story set against the vibrant backdrop of San Francisco. As we begin, remember that you are wrapped in safety and comfort. This soothing narrative is crafted to calm your mind and uplift your spirit as you prepare for sleep. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would be truly grateful if you could do so and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps others discover our cozy community. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know when I release new stories. There's so much more warmth and connection to explore together. For all my regular listeners, I cherish your feedback and love hearing from you. I read every comment and do my best to respond when I can. I check in daily, so please feel free to share your thoughts on the channel or suggest any stories you'd like to hear. I genuinely appreciate your input. Now, I wish you a night filled with deep, restorative sleep. Before we step into tonight's story, let's take a moment for a gentle relaxation exercise to help you feel centered and at ease. Settle into a comfortable position, snuggled warmly beneath your covers. Allow yourself to feel the comforting support of your bed holding you. Ensure that your hands and arms are resting softly by your sides. Let your neck relax, releasing any tension you might be holding. Feel your feet resting comfortably on the mattress, cozy and warm. Take a few deep, conscious breaths, in and out, letting the rhythm guide you. Now, breathe at your own pace, allowing your eyelids to gently close if they aren't already. Say goodbye to the day's worries and invite in a soothing sense of calm. Feel your body begin to unwind. Start with your feet, moving slowly up to your lower legs and thighs, welcoming a deep sense of relaxation. Allow this feeling to flow through your back, easing each vertebra, enveloping you in comfort. Relax your fingertips, gently making a fist, and then open your palms for a gentle massage to your hands and arms, letting everything go loose and easy. Now, let your shoulders soften, your neck release, your head feel light, and your face unwrinkle from the day. Breathe deeply again and let go of any lingering tension as we embark on a beautiful journey of connection and discovery. Coffee stains and street dreams. Part 1. A Chance Encounter. It was a typical overcast afternoon in San Francisco, the kind that often casts a romantic haze over the city. Jack, a local graphic designer, was nestled in his favorite corner at Café de Lune, a cozy coffee shop known for its artisanal brews and eclectic decor. He often found solace there, wrapped in the warmth of his favorite mug, sketching ideas on his notepad while the city bustled outside. On this particular day, however, his attention drifted from his work to the anticipation of the weekend ahead. The footsteps of tourists echoing through the cafe reminded him of the excitement that lay just outside, the adventures waiting to be had in a city he knew so well. As the door chimed, a gust of cool air swept in, carrying the scent of rain. Jack looked up and found himself captivated by a newcomer. There stood a woman drenched from the occasional drizzle, shaking droplets from her dark curls. Her vibrant jacket was a splash of color against the muted backdrop of the cafe. The way she looked around, soaking in the atmosphere, was instantly charming. Emma, a traveler from Florida, stepped inside the cafe, her cheeks flushed from the cold. She was visiting the city to attend her friend's wedding, but had decided to carve out some time to explore. The cafe's warm light beckoned her like a lighthouse, and she needed a caffeine fix before continuing her adventures. As she approached the counter, she caught Jack's eye. There was an unspoken connection in that brief moment, a spark that neither of them could ignore. She smiled, a dimple appearing on her cheek, and Jack felt himself grinning back. "Hey there," she said, her voice bright and inviting. "What's good here?" Jack leaned back in his chair, intrigued. "The cappuccino is pretty divine, and the chai is quite something too, but I'm a major fan of their almond croissant. It's flaky perfection." "I'll take your word for it," she replied, eyes sparkling. With a playful glint, she added, "Do you think I could convince the barista to let me taste test a few items? You know, for quality assurance?" "Absolutely," he chuckled, grateful for her easy banter and the way she brightened the cafe. After Emma placed her order, she wandered over to Jack's corner. "Mind if I join you while I wait?" "Not at all. I'm Jack," he introduced, gesturing to the seat across from him. "Emma," she replied, settling in. "So, Jack, what brings you to this cozy little spot?" "I live here," he said, a hint of pride in his voice. "I come here to sketch and drink coffee. What about you? You visiting the city by the bay?" "Just for a couple of days. I'm here for my friend's wedding tomorrow, but figured I'd explore a bit before the festivities," she explained, her excitement palpable. As they chatted, the outside world faded away, replaced by laughter and shared stories. Emma recounted her experiences navigating the city, and Jack shared his favorite hidden spots, smiling as he mentioned his love for the local art scene. Part 2. The afternoon unfolds. Their coffees arrived, and Emma savored her cappuccino like it was a fine wine. "Honestly, this is the best coffee I've ever had," she exclaimed, a heavenly smile lighting up her face. With the sun starting to peek through the clouds, Jack invited her to join him on a little impromptu adventure after their coffees. "Want to explore a bit together? I know a few places that might give you the best view of the bay." "Count me in," Emma replied with excitement. They wandered through the winding streets of San Francisco, their conversations flowing as easily as the tide. They climbed up to Twin Peaks, where a breathtaking view of the city awaited them. The air was crisp, and the vista stretched endlessly, an expansive canvas painted with the bustling life of the city below. They stood close, their shoulders brushing, soaking in the beauty of the moment. "This is amazing," Emma breathed, eyes wide with wonder. "I can't believe I almost missed this." Jack smiled, thrilled to share this moment with her. San Francisco has a way of surprising you. Time flew by as they explored together. They meandered through the colorful streets of Mission District, admiring vibrant murals and the eclectic shops. They stopped for tacos at a local food truck, the spicy flavors matched only by their growing connection. With every shared laugh and playful teasing, the chemistry between them deepened like the colors of a sunset. As dusk began to settle, they returned to the cafe to warm up. This time, they ordered a slice of chocolate cake to share. The sweetness mirrored the warmth blossoming between them. Between bites and teasing exchanges, they talked about everything and nothing. Dreams, aspirations, and the sound of the soft rain against the window. "Imagine if you lived here," Jack said, watching her delight in the chocolate. "You'd be the life of any cafe." Emma chuckled, glancing up at him. "And you'd be my coffee partner in crime?" "Always," he replied, his eyes locked onto hers, conveying a sincerity that went beyond words. Part 3. A memorable night. After finishing the cake, Emma said, "I can't believe how quickly the day has passed. It feels like a dream." "Maybe it's that we're both in a fantasy land right now," Jack mused, leaning closer. "A story that's just unfolding. By now, the city was painted in shades of twilight. Stars began to twinkle above as they found themselves strolling across Golden Gate Bridge, hand in hand, the cool night air charged with the thrill of the unexpected. "I wish I didn't have to leave in the morning," Emma whispered, half playful and half serious, as they gazed out at the shimmering water. Jack paused, turning to face her. "It's just one night. We're here together, right now. Doesn't that count for something?" "Yes," Emma breathed, her heart fluttering. "Let's just enjoy it." As they strolled along the bridge, a light breeze tousled their hair, and Jack suddenly said, "You know, I've been thinking about that concept of love at first sight. Everyone talks about it like it's a magical moment. Do you believe in it?" Emma took a moment, glancing up at the stars. "I think it's fascinating. The idea that you can look at someone and feel an instant connection. But does that really mean it's love? It feels a bit more like infatuation to me. What about you?" Jack considered her words. "I get that. It might just be lust or a strong physical attraction. But I've seen couples who claim they knew right away. How do you explain the way two people can just click?" "Maybe it's a mix of chemistry and timing," Emma suggested, her voice thoughtful. "There are so many variables. Sometimes a moment aligns perfectly, like the universe is just saying, 'Here, this is for you.' But trying to turn that into a lasting relationship is a different story." "Exactly," Jack replied, smiling. "It's like the fireworks in a movie. They look incredible for a moment, but they fizzle out just as quickly. Real love takes work, communication, and knowing someone deeply. Instant sparks can easily fizzle if there's no foundation to build on." Emma nodded, her eyes bright with enthusiasm. "But what if the foundation is built in those initial moments? What if the chemistry you feel can lead to deeper understanding?" Jack chuckled lightly. "You're making a good case. Maybe it's a gamble then. You take that initial spark and see where it goes. But how many people jump in without gauging the waters first?" "That's true," Emma conceded. "But isn't it thrilling to take that risk? To leap into the unknown? Sometimes following your instincts can lead to the best adventures." "Touché," Jack said, grinning. "You might be on to something. I suppose the best relationships can start as a leap of faith. But I wonder how many people get burned along the way." "You never know unless you try, right?" Emma countered playfully. "Plus, even if it doesn't work out, you gain that experience. Any bad date is just part of the journey to find the good ones." They shared a laugh, and the connection between them deepened with their debate, now filled with a spark of camaraderie. "Still," Jack mused, "it's fun to think about how fragmented love can feel in the city. There are so many people, yet sometimes you can feel completely alone in a crowd." "Exactly. Kind of like looking for a needle in a haystack." Emma paused for a moment, then added, "And yet, here we are, two strangers who happen to find each other at just the right time. Maybe it's serendipity after all." "Maybe it is," Jack replied, the weight of their conversation hanging in the air, leading them back to the cozy warmth of the city that surrounded them. With the conversation lingering in their minds, they continued down the bridge, exploring the wonders of the night together, the stars overhead twinkling like promises, mirroring the thrill they both felt in their hearts. Part 4. Morning Light. With the glow of the city behind them, they fell into a comfortable silence. Soon they began to drift. Their heads began to nod as exhaustion washed over them. As the first hint of dawn broke, Jack gently nudged her awake. "Hey, I think it's time for breakfast," he smiled, watching the sleepy look in her eyes. Emma stretched, a soft smile spreading across her face. "What's the best breakfast spot around here?" Jack grinned. The best diner near the park. Let's grab some pancakes and take a stroll before you head back. With the sun rising over San Francisco, they shared one last meal together, relishing the sweetness of pancakes adorned with fresh fruit and maple syrup. They laughed about the previous night's adventures, and as they finished, reality kicked in. I have to get back to my hotel soon, Emma said, her voice tinged with reluctance. Jack looked at her, his heart heavy but full. I wish you didn't have to go. Me too, she admitted, her eyes reflecting the warmth they had built over their brief but beautiful connection. As they walked back to her hotel, the sun began to warm the city, casting a golden hue across the streets. They stopped outside the hotel, hesitant to say goodbye. Let's find each other again someday, Jack said, his voice earnest. Emma nodded, gripping his hand a little tighter. I'd like that. They exchanged numbers, both knowing that this connection didn't need a label or a promise. It just needed to exist for what it was. With one last lingering look, Emma stepped inside, and Jack waited just a moment longer before turning away, each feeling the imprint of the other's heart. Epilogue, a sweet memory. As Jack walked back through the streets of San Francisco, the city felt a little different, a little more alive, infused with the magic of their encounter. Emma, in her hotel room, felt the same tingle of happiness as she replayed their moments in her mind. Days, weeks, and months would pass, but she knew whenever she thought of that afternoon and night, it would always bring a smile. In a city buzzing with strangers, sometimes two figures could find each other amidst the chaos, even just for a fleeting moment. There was beauty in the now, in the laughter shared, the adventures lived, and the memories created, adding vibrant colors to the canvas of their lives. And as both returned to their separate worlds, they cherished the day they met at Café de Lune, where two strangers became a beautiful memory. That is today's bedtime story. Good night and sleep tight.